Yesterday, our daily close got a wonderful breakout here to the upside. Also on the lower time frames on the 1 hourly chart, Bitcoin looking very strong. Even also our trade is performing here very well. We also scale it up already. So everything is set here to the upside, even especially on the liquidation heat map. There's a lot of liquidity in top of us beginning at 114,000 US dollars. Also the ETF inflows looking quite good. We got positive inflows on yesterday. But during the week, there will some data coming in. So the question is, will we see here higher prices breaking the 50 moving average, or will we see one more bounce? So definitely stick around and let's directly start here with the daily chart on Bitcoin. Here on the daily chart, we see we got finally our breakout to the upside, and this one is a very, very bullish one, especially on the daily time frame. We'll go later in some lower time frames, but here we got a perfect bounce here to the upside. Now trading a little bit to the downside. It's also not that bad if we're getting here now the retest on the daily chart, if we get here a proper retest on the daily chart, because also we didn't make a lower low, so it's kind of very bullish here for Bitcoin. We are not expecting here right now getting here one more touch here to the downside to the 200 moving average. If we would get here bounce into our support line again, turning this one in resistance, break a new lower low, then 103,000 US dollars could be in the cards. But for now, all is pointing here to the upside. And if we are breaking here the 50 moving average, especially on the daily chart to the upside, this one makes us very, very bullish. And on the 4-hourly chart, we are already on the way to retesting our 50 moving average here down below there. If we get now a perfect bounce here to the upside, this would also be a perfect trade entry for you. So wait here for the break of or the retest of the 50 moving average around $110,500 approximately. Stop loss you can trade here around the last candle close or the last close here on this kind of level. We have to keep one thing in mind. We have here built some vector candles already. This last vector candle got filled to 50% already, so we are kinda okay, but it could be already that we see here one more a little more move here to the downside, test the supported area here down below before we see here the next move to the upside, which means also we will break the 50 moving average, which is kind of not that bullish for us. But at least if we're getting here the bounce to the upside, we should be already fine. Next target zone would be here, or very important level would be here the 200 moving average on a 4-hourly chart, which is exactly the same level of the 50 moving average of the daily chart. And also, if we are going to the heat map, we can see that the level of 113,300 US dollars is exactly the level where all the liquidity will start here to the upside. As soon as we're breaking here into 115,000 US dollars, expect a massive move here to the upside, because here, as you can see, a lot of liquidity is sitting down below, is sitting here in top of us. And it's also very important that we take out this last high, which is around 114,000 US dollars. So if you're going here to the 1 hourly chart off to the 4-hourly chart, you can see this high is very important to break here. Is also in alignment with the next bigger EMAs coming in, as I told you already, and 50 moving average on the daily chart. So as soon we are breaking here this high here around 113,500 US dollars, it should be all the way up to the upside, flipping finally also our resistance zones here into higher levels. Same belongs also for the 50-minute chart. Also here trading in front of our 50 moving average and 200 moving average, and this was exactly the moment where we opened yesterday a new trade position here on the 50-minute chart. Traded all the way up this kind of move here to the upside. As you can see here, our trade is here running in profit. We are kind of up 60%. We already scaled this trade up. If you really want to know how the strategy is working, you see here right now I'm using just $1 of margin, but my position size is $120 already. So in the next couple of days, when we are getting a maybe more pullback here to the downside, I will scale up the trade like crazy into a 1,000, 2,000, or maybe also a 10 or 100,000 US dollar position. So if you really want to know how the strategy is working out, just go in the video description. There I made a huge deep tutorial about how to use the strategy, how you can use the strategy, because the strategy is, this strategy actually working perfectly if you're looking for a new swing position. As you can see here right now, even if a stop loss hit, we will not get liquidated, so we're completely risk-free in the trade. We can use our margin money for some other trades. If you just have like a small account and want to trade this into bigger accounts, this is exactly what I'm doing here with our trading account here right now. So we're trading this account, yeah, into some bigger accounts. So check down below in the video description. Even there you find also the link to our exchange here on Bitunics. Claim your deposit bonus there. But let's go back here into our charts, because on a 15-minute chart I want to also give you the next target zones. If you missed this trade, just wait here for a retest of the 50 moving average. So kinda down below there. As I told you already, $110,000 is a nice $110,000 is an area we definitely have to enter here right now. And as you know already, $110,000 is a level where we definitely have to keep an eye on it. Target zone would be the 50 moving average, also here on the daily chart. As soon as we're getting in this level, take some profits away, move your stop loss already to break even, or scale your trade just up so that you're completely risk-free in this trade. I expect also here like a small bounce here on the 50 moving average and the daily chart before we see here the move in direction of 150 and 120,000 US dollars. Quick look also on the news. So also today we have some more news coming in. The job openings will be announced today on the US side, and also tomorrow there will be also the job claims, and on Friday we have also the non-farm payroll rates. So keep in mind this week we could see a little bit more volatility, especially yesterday we saw some data also coming out. There are PME data, and also yesterday the speech of Donald Trump. As you can see in the chart, these data, especially yesterday, was super bullish here for Bitcoin. We broke here to the upside on our daily chart and also on the lower time frames. So yesterday the news get a little bit more bullish momentum here for Bitcoin. Also on the ETF inflows, we can clearly see after, in August we got here negative outflows here on Bitcoin on the ETF. Now we get on the yesterday positive inflow here on the data. But for the Ethereum ETF we got some outflows. So yesterday and the day before we got some outflows after the last week was super bullish here on Ethereum. So it's kind of okay that we see a little bit more outflows. So later when the US marketing will open, we have to see how the market will react on it. But as long we are making here no lower low here on Bitcoin, as you can see here right now on the 1 hourly chart, as soon we are not breaking here the last low here around 108,000 US dollars and trading here in top of our EMAs, we are still fine. So at least even also if we get a bounce here into 109,700 US dollars, I would be completely fine, because it means like we got here in a perfect uptrend here right now. And as soon we are breaking our uptrend, we can also clearly see it's something like a rising wedge, which means it's not that bullish pattern here on the 1 hourly chart. So it means if you are breaking this rising wedge to the downside, key level here to watch or target zone would be here like the weekly low here around 107,200 US dollars. But at least as long we are able to hold here the 200 moving average to the upside and the 50 moving average to the upside, there's nothing to be worried here about it. So it could be already that we're forming like a channel, and if we break out of our channel, flipping the 50 moving average on the daily chart to the upside, this one gets us way more bullish. And that's also all from the video today. So keep a look on our liquidations. Most of the liquidity is here sitting to the upside. They are building some liquidity here to the downside, so there could be like a small push here to the downside, grab the liquidity at 110,000 US dollars, so you can position perfectly in a long position. I do all my long positions here on Bitunics. As you can see, our long position performing here. We scaled already in our trade. I keep down below the video to my strategy, so you can apply the strategy exactly for your own. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and then we see in the next video tomorrow.